Sergeant First Class Mark Wood. Sergeant First Class Mark Wood.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to a Crusade of Thorns, the first episode in our Anarch campaign. I am the storyteller of this glorious campaign on Soul Bear RPG, Quinn Sullivan. I'm also the co-owner and co-founder, along with my buddy Brian, of Soul Bear RPG itself. And today I have these lovely bunch of gentlemen. All of them, aside from like two, are brand new to Vampire the Masquerade. So a little disclaimer right here. We're only going to be using mostly simple test rules and stuff that you'll find in the chapter of the rules section in the V5 Vampire the Masquerade campaign book. And, well, this lovely book is what I mean. And we're not really going to get into advanced systems yet right off the bat. But yeah, that's enough about me. Today I'm also joined by our lovely other global storyteller and campaign author extraordinaire, Throck.
Oh, hello.
Hi, my dude. How are you doing?
What's up? I'm just here to help with rules references tonight, and I'm excited to be here. I'm doing great.
Yes. We're all very excited. I'm very excited. I'm also a little nervous. That's the first time it's ever happened.
It's okay. We've got this. We've got this. Together we are power.
I shouldn't have ate all that coffee. Yeah, I ate coffee.
Don't eat the coffee.
That's how hardcore I went today, guys.
That'll give you some crazy shits.
That explains
You got the filter. It's like a taco.
All right, guys. But yeah, no, it's we've been looking forward to this for a long time. We've been planning it for months, and it's finally actually happening. And yeah, Throck, do you want to talk about the Rainbow Railroad for a little bit, though?
Yeah, absolutely. So across our three channels, we are raising funds for Rainbow Railroad. Rainbow Railroad provides necessary funds for folks in LGBT communities across the world who are currently suffering under oppressive regimes to get out and be able to live in a place of freedom. I'm going to share the donation link with you here in chat in just a second. We think it's a great thing to support and gives a little bit of extra meaning to the three campaigns as we go through them. And so we hope you'll join us in supporting fundraising for Rainbow Railroad, a charity for LGBTQIA+ folk trying to escape oppression and find freedom somewhere else in the world.
Yeah, it's a great organization, a very brave organization, to be honest. But if any of our moderators in chat could give Throck permission to post that link, that would be wonderful. But yeah, with that, we're gonna introduce our characters and the people who are playing them. So we'll go and we'll start with Tim. Why don't we start with you today, dude?
All right, hey, I go by Skeletim on Twitter, and I'll be playing Marion throughout this campaign. He is a bootleg tailor since we're in the 1940s and zoot suits are all the rage. He's got tailoring down, and he's also a toreador vampire who obsessed with the beauty and arts, but fails to create his own original works. So it's been kind of a he can get every design down, but getting his own stuff out there is just not working. So that's who I'll be playing.
All right, and then we'll go over to Connery.
Hey guys, I am Connery. I go by The Connery on Twitter, and I also am the editor-in-chief over at Devil's Luck Gaming. That's at Team Devil's Luck on Twitter there. And I will be playing Redcap, who is a gangrel of ill repute, is the best way to kind of describe him. He's known as a bit of a boogeyman in certain mortal circles. And he's in LA, more of a recent transplant than, say, the others, but he's also probably the older of the vampires in terms of how long he's been alive, or unalive in this case.
Just say alive. It's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Immortal. Immortality is a sort of life, is the way I view it. And then we'll go over to Celts. Oh, you're muted.
There we go. How about that?
That's better.
So I'm Celts. I go by the Celts. on Twitter. I'll be playing Eli, a Bruja. I don't know if you want to call him a. He's not a. Maybe a revolutionary. He's too little young for a revolutionary, but he has some ideas about how he can improve the Masquerade. And he's not quite sure he likes all the rules that come with the new life he's chosen, but we'll find out.
Such a Bruja. I love the lore behind Vampire the Masquerade, and I love Clan Bruja specifically, but every time I hear Bruja, I think of Finding Nemo and Sharkbait. I know. I know. I'm a Bruja in my heart, but yeah. It's just
Nice.
the reality. Which is kind of Bruja in itself. All right, and last but not least, rounding out the players today is our longtime community friend, Paul Monk.
Yep. Psychotic Monk. I go by at Monk2774 on Twitter. So I'm playing a Nosferatu, and where Kindred is the red cap is the oldest. I am probably the youngest. So I have more of a kind of a unique twist on my Nosferatu, I hope, and that kind of a guardian type aspect to him. So I'm looking forward to see how he really plays with this group here and everything, and go from there and just see what I can contribute.
All right. And I guess with that, we should probably just get started, shouldn't we? Okay. And before we do, I just want to let you all guys know, if the music is too loud for you in Roll20, you can go over to the cogwheel sign in the settings of Roll20, and one of the first things you see at the very top is the master volume, and you should be able to turn it down from there. Okay. So, all of you have found yourselves in Los Angeles for one particular way or another. Some of you are running. Some of you are hiding. Some of you are looking for something, someone, or maybe even an ideal. And so in 1943 Los Angeles, the city is filled with dreamers. And the dreams are just starting. Especially both for the mortals, and especially, again, most of all, for the Kindred. You find yourselves right now currently standing in a bookstore. A disorganized bookstore. Stacks of books kind of fill this disorganized lot of wooden shelves and tables. The entire structure seems primarily made of wood, however it is built of stone outside. You hear a strange kerfuffle in the back as shelves seem to be searching for something in an almost rampaging fashion. You hear the struggles of 2, 3, 4. You can't really make it out. Why don't you roll me a wits and perception check, if you can.
That's awareness.
Paul,
right?
you are muted. Yep.
Wits and awareness, yes.
So the way to do that on Roll20 is to click on awareness first and then hit the drop down, select wits. You will have a 0 bonus die unless Soul tells you otherwise.
Nope,
And so you'll
0
just
bonus.
click and then hit roll.
Ooh. Okay, Eli, you got hungrier. Beast is crawling in your skull. You need a feed. Yeah, okay. So, Eli, Marion, and Dante. You seem to think it's about 3 individuals. And in this bookstore, behind the counter, there is a door that is shut right now. And it seems that the commotion is coming from there. But before you can even go forward to open it, you see somebody open it for you already, and it is a man. Well-built man who looks to be of a more academic attire more than an actual physical manifestation. Comes out. He has this thick black mustache with swept back black hair. He has a fair complexion, and to the Toreador tailor in the group, he's wearing a sweater vest with a loose tie kind of messed up all around it. And he comes out. However, there's no blood, so the commotion doesn't seem to be anything of immediate danger for anybody in the back on first indication. And as he steps out, he says, well, it is finally nice to see that you are all here. Here, let me clean up for you. He goes up to the counter and he cleans a number of books and kind of sets it in a more organized fashion, so you're able to lean on them if you wish and just see and have a general overall kinship with one another. So, it's nice to see you all are gathered here again. You must be Redcap. I can see a gangrel right off the bat. And he looks over to you, Redcap. And then you must be Eli, the Bruja, correct? Good. Toreador. If it walks like a Toreador and dresses like a Toreador, it must be a Toreador. And of course, the Nosferatu. Where many in the Camarilla will give you derogatory terms, with us, you will find that you're valued here. You're equal. Even despite everyone's age here, that is going to be the case. I know all your names, but I have not introduced myself yet. My name is Salvador Garcia. It is an honor to meet you. Do you have any indication as to why you might be here, though?
There was an invitation.
There was. Yeah.
And I was bored.
I have somebody who you have to meet when he gets better. You two would get along. Any other tickets? Any other guesses? Let's make it an academic guess.
I kind of step forward a little bit out of the shadows of the room and everything. Other than the invitation, I'm here to make sure that my area of the city stays protected. So I'm interested in what the invitation entitles.
Interesting. Well, I think at the end of everything, you're going to meet somebody and hopefully help us in the same scenario who feels very much the same way. What about you two? I'm curious.
Well, my guess would be, considering the struggle we heard back there, you might need some help with your books, because it sounds like the story is just leaping off the pages.
They tell fantastic stories, but no. If I needed somebody to assist me in my bookshop, which I probably do, not end up looking around, it is quite filthy and disorganized. But everything here has a purpose and a place. And what about you, Eli?
Well, I should hope that you haven't brought us here to tidy up. It seems as though, like you just mentioned, it could use it, and I would assume you wouldn't waste our talents on something like that. So,
no,
my interest.
No, this is something that the Camarilla will have you do. Not yet. We believe that leadership should come from merit and experience and intelligence. Not so much age. For age that's not always adequate to wisdom. But we could discuss the philosophy of the Camarilla another time. I actually like a few of the things that they do, but They don't treat everybody with the amount of respect that they are giving. Which brings me over to why you're here from the first place. As you see, and as he is about to explain, a man with long brown hair and another fair complexion, opened white shirt, has his long hair put into a ponytail in the back, and he comes up, he's like, "Oi, Salvador, we got, he looks over to you guys, looks over to Salvador. ¿Qué pasó? Don't worry about it. Everything will come into fruition. I'll tell you later. I'll be back there shortly." Very well. Goes back in the corner. Sorry. Now, like I said earlier, we have a proposition for all of you. All of you have your reasons for hating the Camarilla in one way or another, or at least want a change to happen in the Camarilla. I can understand that. And I was wondering if maybe if I help you, I can help you in the change that you so greatly desire.
What kind of change do you have in mind?
As of right now, a change in bylaws. The world is changing all around us. There's war to the west, there's war to the east. Monarchies have fallen after the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, and now the final nail in the coffin is being put in its place in this war. The Camarilla wants to survive, and we all definitely wanted to survive. We're going to have to change with the world. A feudal system based off of something that was invented at the Dark Ages is not going to work in the 1950s and the 1940s, or anything beyond that. Let's say we get to the age of 2000. It's definitely not going to work then. Technology is changing, and we have to change the world with it. Unless you all believe in feudalism, and then you're free to walk out the door. That's what I thought.
Feudalism's got a bad look.
It's responsible for all of this mess. These poor mortals going around the world killing each other for powerful people. It's a terrible crime.
What are we talking about here? A complete regime change?
No, like I said, just a change in bylaws and a change in philosophy, and wanting things to work out for us in the future. Both the Camarilla and the Anarchs. And the Anarchs, we all do consider ourselves, a lot of us at least, do consider ourselves part of the Camarilla. But we can discuss that philosophy for another time. We just want what is best for all Kindred. Anyway, and I think we need somebody to do that. Somebody that the Camarilla trusts and can see our point of view and perspective. We already sent another coterie after him. Have you ever heard of Hamilton Wynne?
Not off the top of my head.
It's fine, you're all new here. That I understand. Well, Hamilton Wynne is the brother of the Nosferatu Primogen in Los Angeles. He was sent to go investigate something. We do not know. The parents does not really trust us, Anarchs. But we know it was important. And we know that deep down inside of him, we hope at least from our reconnaissance, he has a good heart inside of him. What that means, I'll let you discover. What happened is, our coterie went to persuade him, not capture, persuade him, to go find him for us. Only one came back. And he almost died doing it too. So, we don't know what happened to the one sole surviving member of the coterie. We can't even speak to him right now. But if you could find Hamilton Wynn and persuade him to see our side of the story, or even convince him to come back here, maybe that is the first spark that will light the flames of change.
I'm happy to go look for him if it's going to help with this.
Excellent.
This other coterie that didn't quite make it, the survivor, said you can't question him yourself.
Yes.
Now, why is that?
He's in a very precocious situation right now. We had to hide him for his own benefit. He's not somebody that likes to be hidden and protected, to say the least. But we're friends of his, and we had to convince him to do that.
Well, don't see why we can't ask a few questions of him as well.
Why don't you roll me a charisma plus persuasion?
Okay.
Can I help with that? Be a little more. I might be a little more persuasive.
I mean, fuck it. I'll give it a go. See what happens.
Well, don't be afraid to tag out.
Three successes.
Follow me. All of you. Come on.
Okay.
And he leads you into the back. And as he does, it's more of like a back room in an office than it is. It has a nice wooden desk. And this part is a lot more organized than the rest of the bookstore that was you previously entered through. Along with a nice drawn map of 1943 Los Angeles and detailing the rail system. And as he does, he approaches behind the desk, opens a false wall, and slides it open, and says, "You want to see? Come on."
Okay.
And
Follows along.
as you begin walking down these deep, dark stairs, it has the smell of almost a I don't want to say like a burning smell, but like an electric burn, less than a fire burn as you go down here.
Ozone.
There you go. Thank you. And as you begin walking down, the light has already been turned on in this dimly lit basement, and as you go onto the dirt floor underneath the floorboards of this bookstore, you see the man that you did earlier with the ponytail and the opened white shirt. What appears to be tending to the wounds of a man who looks, for better or worse, like a pirate. And yeah, the man wakes up and says, "Oi, what are they doing here? What's going on?" He's like, "I trust them, Jeremy. Don't worry. I trust people too much, but they take the job at least. Did you take the job at least, any of you?"
Seems that way.
Yep. We're all here, aren't we?
Yep.
All
Red
right.
Caps. Is there any there's like a wooden stool or anything nearby?
Yes, there. It's like a not a well-furnished basement, but it seems to be like a secret meeting room of some sort.
Okay. He'll grab a chair, walk over and put it down, and Riker his leg over the top and sit down and go, "Of course we took the job."
And as you're looking down on the man who is kind of somewhat dressed like a pirate, you realize that you know that man. It's somebody who convinced you to come to New York from a letter at least, or at least some small correspondence. His name is Smiling Jack. And he's riddled with bullet holes. And they're not healing.
Looks like you got yourself into a bit of a mess yourself.
He's not talking. You would think he was in a stupor, but he's almost on the brink of the true death.
I mainly mean your outfit. Who did this to you? What? Did you choose this?
When I say a pirate, it's more like the beard and the long hair. He's dressed in standard 1943 clothing, almost like a gangster of some sort, I should say.
Okay. Ignore the bullet holes. If you're dressed like a pirate, I don't know what to do for you.
Jeremy McNeil gets a good chuckle out of that. He's like, "All right, that's funny. I'll give you that." He'll probably agree with you when he wakes up. We don't know what's going on here. We don't know what caused it. If anyone wants to roll medicine,
I'd like to do that.
intelligence plus medicine.
Nope.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't tell. It's hard, but you do know at least that bullets don't normally affect Kindred. It's unusual. Not to the point, at least, that it damages them to this amount of degree. It's almost terrifying.
When did this happen?
Save these bullets?
We don't know. He came in charging through the bookstore last night. He collapsed onto the floor. It was nearly dawn by the time.
Last night, and he still looks like this.
Aye.
At this conversation, as everybody's discussing the bullets, the way it looks on them and everything, Dante, I just kind of step back a little bit, finding the nearest wall behind me, and just kind of not disappear in the shadows, but try to find comfort hiding in the shadow away from everything.
Okay. So you're not obfuscating, you're just hiding in the shadows.
That's correct. I just backed up. If somebody turned around and looked at the shadows, you didn't see me. I'm just kind of sitting back there, kind of so that I can see the doorway coming in, and at the same time kind of looking to see if there's any other way into this place.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did my medicine check see if the bullets are still in him?
I'll give you that. They're not.
Turn to McNeil. So, where'd he end up that got him in this way?
Well, we sent him looking for Hamilton Wayne, that Nosferatu who went missing as well. Hopefully he's not as bad as this, our bloke right here. We don't want him to be. At least. I met Wynn a few times. He's a good... he's a good kindred. Hell, he's probably a good man before he was embraced. Even for a Nosferatu, he helped people. And I'm not talking about just other kindred, I'm talking about mortals. I don't know if it was some grand scheme of his to get as many ghouls and eyes and heirs onto the streets, but... yeah.
I'm more concerned right now with... if we're looking for this bloke, and the first group you sent came back looking like this, what do you expect us to do that'll be any different?
I think he thinks we're expendable.
starting to get that feeling myself. So if you do us a favor and explain to us a little bit more detail how we're not supposed to end up like this wonderful gentleman lying before me. Be grand.
The Camarillo's full of lies and promises like that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you will. I don't know if you won't. And I can't promise anything aside from equality and freedom for right now. But if things don't change our way, this man right here is going to be the one who wants to burn the whole Ivory Tower down.
So, you want us to go and look for a man. And possibly, in the situation of finding your man, we end up looking like this, and the only compensation you have for us is some filthy fucking platitudes.
Let me do a better explanation. What is it that you would like?
Well, I personally like watching the can bleed as much as the next. But, I don't know. What are the rest of you looking for? I'm new in town. I'm just looking for a nice place to settle down. Maybe raise a few of my own.
Before we get into compensation, I'm assuming the majority of you in this room have many years on me. And I'm still hung up on the fact that he still looks like that. Have any of you ever seen anything that would have caused this? Because I haven't, in my short time in this life, seen anything that would keep a man or keep someone like this. Why is he still like this? Why isn't he improved? Something's changing. Obviously. So, I mean, if it's going to change to the point where things like this are happening, we need to kind of change with it, like he was saying, correct? I'm in it just to find out what would cause this to one of us.
An interesting point.
It's a little bit of a safety concern for all of us.
Well, obviously, yeah.
And since
More
I
so
have-
if we don't know what's coming, or if there's a way to fight it or protect against it.
And I've been in LA all of my life. So if this is something that's going to be affecting my home and those that I still watch over, this is something I personally must look into. But
True. I mean, absolutely true. But anyone that's been around any amount of time anywhere knows that bullets can do this to something. But I'm more still kind of taken aback as there's a Kindred laying there still just on final death's door, and no one knows why.
How many scraps have you been in, Boyle?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not in a pissing contest with you here. I'm not trying to compare.
It's not a matter of whether I think you're tough enough or not. I'm saying, have you ever been put down before?
No.
There is a point where we kind of give out. I've spent some time taking a little bit of a forced nap myself.
Well, see, and that's kind of what I was asking. You know, is this something that can happen just from everyday violence, or is this some kind of something new?
Somebody is intent enough. They surely can make us take a little bit longer of a nap than we'd like. Takes a little bit more to make sure we never get up again, though. So, Smiling Jack here. Oh, wait. Did he?
Yeah, he did. And
They told us his name? I was just making sure I wasn't taking out of character knowledge there for a second. Okay. So, Smiling Jack here. He looks like he'll be up and about eventually, but for now, he's resting. Let the lad rest.
Fair enough.
It looks like to me that the others didn't make it back, and Smiling Jack did. I think they wanted to send a very clear message to not mess with them at all, and they wanted to wipe the smile off Jack's face.
I see that being a rather likely scenario.
Perhaps.
So,
But this is a new sort of bullet that is happening right now. It's almost like he got staked in the heart. I know a little bit about this medicine, both of mortals and kindred.
Oh, you're telling me there's tiny wooden bullets now?
Maybe? I don't
Firing them out of a pistol. Staking us right from the range.
This war is changing the world. You of all people should know that. You've been around long enough to know that. This isn't just another war.
All right, Mr.
I
Garcia.
thought I didn't have to worry about getting shot anymore. Jeez.
You'll chuckle along with that. Mr. Redcap, if you want some sort of reward, I can speak to the prince about seeing that you are granted the right to embrace your own child. You are on your arrival, and I have more say with the prince than almost anybody else and any other Anarch here.
It's a start.
That's what I thought.
We'll discuss more, and possibly there might be the discussion of hazard pay should things go extra south.
Of course.
Fine then. So, where was the last place this bloke was saying?
Speaking to the ghouls of Hamilton Wynn. After that, it is a bit of a conundrum. From what we were able to gather, I don't think a ghoul is capable of doing this to one of our kind, or even a mortal with guns. To be honest,
If there's enough of them.
True, but usually after you've fed a couple of times, they heal back up. No problem. So, you can speak to Joe Kennedy. He's a reporter with the LA Times. Probably his eyes and ears all around Los Angeles, from what I understand. And there is a woman, a singer at the Catania Gentlemen's Club, Sierra Delacroix. And you know that name too, Connery. That's the boss's girl of the Cosa Nostra.
Would you
diverse.
And for you, Dante, and you as well, Eli. Oh, and I guess you would know too as well. You've been in Los Angeles long enough, Marion. Catania Gentlemen's Club is a high-profile Sunset Strip club. Club joint, not a strip club, but it is a more of a jazz lounge than it is anything else. Very exclusive, very hard to get into.
I'll be back 2 seconds, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Would you describe the singer as sparkling in personality?
I've never been myself. I'm not very much of a club person.
Well, I'm sure I could get all of us in. I could pull a few strings.
I'm sure you could. But I think your best bet would be to start with Joe Kennedy.
Ah, yes. Maybe you could put out one of those, put something in the newspaper about, we're looking for someone, and...
Or you could just call the LA Times. We have a payphone. We have a phone upstairs.
Exactly.
Also, you'll probably be needing some sort of transportation. Here, we have a car up there.
Either of you drive much?
Yeah, I'll drive.
I have some experience.
Thank you. It's not my area of expertise.
You have a 1942 Oldsmobile.
It's a new model.
Nice car, fancy car.
So jazz club then?
No, we need to find Joel first.
Oh, he had me at jazz club.
I'll need a little prep time before we go to the club anyway. I need to dress all of you up here. Not ready yet. But, Joe, where can we find Joe Kennedy?
Pasadena was the last place that he was seen. But I would confirm with the LA Times, just in case. I have a copy of the newspaper upstairs with contact information in the back.
Oh, you do want us to call the paper? Okay, yes, then we'll give him a call.
Okay.
And they're just going to give up his location to us? No problems like that?
Say that you have a clue on a story or something like that.
Wait, this is a ghoul, you said?
Joe Kennedy, yes.
Oh, so he's aware, so we don't have to be completely secretive.
Yeah, these are both ghouls.
Oh, very good then. All right. What time is
ready?
it now, anyway?
Does someone want to make the phone call?
Currently, it is about 7:45.
Nice and early. All right.
Nice and early. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to make a phone call, I'd do it earlier because they're going to be closing up shop very soon.
The LA Times typically has a 24-hour hotline. Or a 24-hour line, I should say, not a hotline.
Doesn't mean he'll be there, but
Yes.
Well, I offered to drive, so someone else is going to have the fancy talk.
Ooh, I think I can provide that. Yes, that sounds good.
Well-rounded.
I'll go ahead and I'll make the call.
Well-rounded group we are.
yeah. Marion, make a phone call. We'll all head down there and we'll see where this night leads us.
Certainly good places.
And so you all make yourself back upstairs. You see a copy of the LA Times that's sort of has a place on display for sale here inside the bookstore. And as you open it, you find the contact number for the location, and you pick up the phone and dial up. Yes, this is the LA Times operator. How can I direct your call?
Hi, yes, I'd like to submit a tip, and I'd like to speak to Joe Kennedy if I can.
You want to send a tip, darling, and you don't want to speak to Joe Kennedy. I got locations for both of them.
Joe, I'd like to directly tell Joe.
Please hold. Is this urgent business?
Yes, very.
Make a. I want you to make a charisma persuasion check.
Luckily, that's what Toreadors do.
Exactly. Oh,
Is that enough?
yeah. Actually, that should have been an automatic win. All right, darling.
Okay.
Yeah, There's no way you could have lost. All right, darling. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
he's over in Pasadena, right off of Rose Street.
Rose Street. Thank you. You're a doll.
You too. Have a good night.
Oh, you as well. And
So you got
I'll
us an
hang up
address?
and say Rose Street.
There.
Let's go.
All right.
Fine then. Everyone into the caravan.
Okay.
As you know, Los Angeles is filled, at this time period too, with traffic. A city designed for the Old West, quickly built up into their streets, highways, not freeways yet, but streets and highways. Eli, I need you to make a drive check. I'm not sure what attribute to pair that with, so I'm just going to say drive.
Composure.
Composure. That's a good one.
If it's LA traffic, it's composure.
It's composure.
Rules Monkey approved.
As you do, you hit the worst traffic, hitting about, knocking about 2 hours off of the drive time. Currently 9:43 p.m. at night. As you get to Pasadena, you follow up on Rose Street, and what you see currently is nothing all too spectacular or late. But however, you do see what seems to be the faint last pillows of smoke of a possible fire in LA? You're not sure. But if a reporter's going to be anywhere, if there's smoke, it floats. So it's probably the best bet. And it's on Rose Street. You get up and you see a burnt down home. Along with it are fire investigators and police investigators surrounding, cut off with deep yellow tape. The detectives seem to be discussing the investigation of the matter, and a lot of the police are kind of like scurrying up what's going on about right now. An investigation leading to arson, and you see a man taking notes as he's speaking with an investigator on the opposite side of the yellow tape. So it was a young couple, right? Two adults. Yeah, you got it. And what caused the fire? We're looking into that right now. Please stay back. We're investigating it as we speak, and I'll let you know as soon as I know, Kennedy. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Lights a cigarette.
Red Cap is going to take no caution. I'm just going to walk up to Mr. Kennedy here, wrap an arm around his shoulder.
Oh!
Say, "Oh, Mr. Kennedy, I've got news for you from the paper. I need to talk to you for a couple of seconds. It's urgent news, so if you just come with me for a couple of seconds, everything will be fine." And then just grab him nice and hard on the shoulder.
Okay, roll a strength. Are you dragging him, or are you trying to intimidate him?
I'm implying heavily that he should come along with a nice firm grip.
Okay, I want you to roll strength plus athletics, because I just like this visual of him going like, oh.
Strength athletics.
Good enough. And he was like, but I got, okay, who? Hey, buddy, hey. And he.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm with the paper. It's not a problem.
Never seen you before in my life. As a
big
cop comes
paper,
up, is
isn't
anything
it?
wrong here?
Just, I hold up my other hand, and I over to Marion and point at the cop behind me as I start to move this individual away.
Everything okay?
I'd like to
excuse me, sir.
distract
What?
the officer. I'd like to stand in front of the officer and greet him for the evening.
What are you saying?
Oh, hello, officer. We'll just be speaking with Joe briefly. I hope the evening's going well. You seem busy with this case here.
Roll charisma and persuasion to see if he stops.
And
And is there still fire and stuff going?
There is.
Okay.
Ooh.
ooh,
Ouch.
What does that make your hunger at?
that puts my hunger.
Oh,
at...
sorry, guys.
I don't think rolling a 1 on your hunger die makes you increase your hunger.
Yeah, that does not increase a rouse check.
Oh, it does not?
Yeah, arouses a specific function. Yeah, so had he failed the check, that would have led to a bestial failure. But he did get one success and one failure, so it is just one success.
Very well. Okay. So
Oh yeah, can I use awe for this?
you can.
Okay, so that would be another roll, or sorry, that would be a dot, and I only have one dot in present, so that'd be adding my one
auto
dot.
works on mortals.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to. Not even a rouse check. Yeah, some disciplines don't even have a rouse check. They just go.
Okay, so am I just rolling an extra die?
Don't worry about it. And he stops.
okay.
He stops dead in his tracks and says, yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Yeah, you must be busy. Look at this terrible sight here. Wow, just all up in smoke. Just horrendous.
Yeah, I should probably get back to work on the site, shouldn't I?
Absolutely, you should get right on it.
Yeah, I'll go do that. Thank you for talking to me. And he walks away.
Ooh, somebody had thoughts he's not used to.
What can I say?
And as you
Eli, why don't you come over here and give me a hand with Mr. Kennedy? He seems like he needs a good pair of friends right now.
look, man, I could give you money if that's what you want. It's not a problem. Here, I got.
You want to give us money? I'll take some money.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
No, lad. You're fine. Eli, just we don't need to be taking his money right now. We are here to talk to you about Mr. Wynn.
I don't know any. Dante, are you with them?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm standing back a little bit, but far enough that if you actually went looking, you could see me.
So kind of like face down, like going
Yes. Yeah. No. Got my hat on and just kind of got it low and.
It's official. You guys need hats now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as he makes eye contact with me, I kind of just lower my eyes just a little bit and kind of obscure my face just a little so he doesn't see it all.
Okay. Is this,
No.
business?
Yes.
I'd like to activate Eyes of the Beast.
Okay.
And just give him a nice wink.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Shit. All right.
That you know in that chest rumbly growl in Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Just that it is business.
Okay. I'm a ghoul. You can't hurt me. I'm his ghoul.
Of course. If he were here to protect you, wouldn't it?
Oh, come on, man. Politics in real life is enough. I don't need your... I'm sorry. I try to delete the chat. Politics in real life is enough. I don't need another layer on top of it, on top of the other things. All right, come on, man. If it's about Mr. Wynn, what do you want to know? What is it? If you know what, just kill me. I can't.
No, that'd be too easy for you, boy. No, we're going to make sure that you stick around with us, because we need to know where to find Mr. Wynn. And you're a breadcrumb on that trail there, aren't you?
Maybe.
So, do your best breadcrumb impression for me now, and let us know how to find Mr. Wynn.
I don't know where exactly he is.
Oh, but you know how to get in touch with him there, don't you? Because, you
Okay,
see,
yes, and that's the problem. I've been trying, and he hasn't been accepting my calls.
Has he now? You wouldn't be telling Redcap a little lie now, would you?
Fuck no, man. Fuck no. I wouldn't be
What
telling
about a
any of
visit?
you a lie. Honestly, I'm kind of worried. I owe him a lot. He's important. I owe him. Big time. Our relationship is a mutual partnership. I keep an eye out and ear out for what may be happening in the streets that may be related to, yourself, all yourselves, and I owe him.
So then help us find him.
Are you gonna hurt him?
I don't know if that's any of your business.
Make a charisma persuasion.
While they're talking, I'm going to utilize my heightened senses and just kind of listen to his heartbeat to see if why he's having this conversation, if he's possibly lying.
Interesting. I don't know if heightened senses works in that
Okay.
seek, but it is a little
Okay.
feeling.
So 2 successes.
2 successes. Did Regina send you?
Does that matter? We're here. What are your alternatives?
Well, I know Regina and him don't exactly get along, you know what I mean? His sister. The head Nosferatu lady.
We know who she is.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to pander to us.
Right, sorry. I
Remember the food chain.
gotcha. Yeah. But look, last I was checking around, I told him another ghoul of his, Sierra, may have known something, but last he was interested in something near the docks about shipments coming into Chinatown. I don't go to Chinatown, man. It's Chinatown.
Oh. Not only are you a ghoul, but you're a racist. I see how this is. Fine then.
No, Chinatown's dangerous, man. That place is fucking scary.
No, it's okay. I understand. You don't have to mince your words. Now, just want to let you know that if any of this turns out to be bad information, well, we found you this easy this time.
Right.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab him under the arm. Why don't we just bring him with us?
I have to work.
That's not any concern of mine.
I'm the ghoul of the brother of a powerful Nosferatu.
No.
The one who's missing?
Yeah. I mean, he's
Oh.
not...
Step over to Eli and them. No. It's all right. Here, come here. I want to start adjusting his coat. And as I'm adjusting his coat, I want to grab the sleeves, like straightening it out. And I want to grab the right sleeve and tear it down. Oh boy, I am terribly sorry. You know what? I know a fantastic tailor, Marion. Now, don't you think that he could come and get this repaired at your shop?
I come over to the alleyway and or wherever we're interrogating him, and I take one look at him. It's like, what did you brutes do to him?
Oh, no. Look at this. Look at this seam work. It was absolutely terrible. The poor boy has been ripped off. Well, I just thought the first person that came to my mind was you, of course. And, well,
You're right. That's shoddy craftsmanship that I've ever seen. Oh,
Well, then, I do think you should be coming down to Marion's shop to get that looked at and fixed, don't you think?
it'll take 2 seconds.
Where's your shop?
Oh, you've got a business
Fashion
going on, you don't you?
Do you have business cards?
Ooh.
Hey Quinn, while all this is going on, I start looking the crowds over and to make sure nobody has taken any high interest in Joel and the others talking to him. And I just start scanning the crowds and everything, just kind of real slow, looking over everything.
Interesting. Roll me a wits plus awareness.
Good call.
Nope. Nope. I see nothing.
Tasty mortals whose blood is ready to be drinking, sucked in any ways that you deem immediate, but nobody out of the ordinary of a crime scene, necessarily.
Okay.
Going back to business cards, I'm going to have one that just says Mr. Marion, and it'll have the shop location there.
Oh, downtown. Okay, I know where it is. I'll get it taken care of. Clumsy me.
We can give you a ride. We have this nice fancy car over here. There's room for him in the car, isn't there?
I'm able to let him squeeze in, and you wouldn't want to go back out in public looking like this. This is just abysmal.
Okay, now I want you to roll a intimidation, manipulation plus intimidation, or would it be composure? What would you say, Throck?
This would be manipulation. This is the aggressive stat within the block. So it's
and
manipulation.
Since you guys are double teaming him, add a modifier of 1 extra die.
Ooh.
Hashtag double team.
Oh no!
I will tell.
So that was I'm sorry, manipulation and wits.
No, manipulation and intimidation.
Okay.
With +1.
With +1. Oh, Marion. Yeah, you know what? I need it taken care of immediately. I got $50. I could use a new suit.
He thinks it's only $50.
Holy shit! Really? Okay. I'm a reporter, man. I don't make a lot of money.
I'm sure we could strike a deal.
My roommate.
Come along now.
Makes more than me. Okay.
Come along. The car is waiting.
Yeah. He sits in the car. Ooh. Your friend's looking at me like he wants to eat me. Looks to Eli.
It's curious, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's gonna keep his eyes on the road. Sit down nice and close to him. Throw an arm over his shoulder. We're just gonna relax in the back seat here.
So where are we going?
You get your suit looked at.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Cool, man.
We need to make a quick stop off though first.
Docs?
You know, I could use a drink.
Where to?
Are you thinking that nice jazz club?
Yeah. Oh, I hear they have a great new band that they're trying out tonight. I think we could have a grand time. And, well, of course, there's got to be something to write about happening down there. You could put it in your little columns somewhere.
Sounds great. I write about local crime and cities, not entertainment. I'm not a variety reporter, but let's go forward.
We'll find some interesting crime then for you. Something entertaining.
Sure. All right. Drive forward. Make a drive check for me. Sure.
Off we go.
So who's sitting in the back seat with him? I know Red Cap is sitting on one side. Is Marion up front or in the back?
I'd probably sit up front.
Okay. So
you can sit right next to him.
yeah. So you got Gangrel on one side, Nosferatu on the other.
He's having a bad time.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Eli.
Oh, no.
You are lost. You don't know how to get to Sunset Strip from here. But, so it takes you about, you know what, prime time. It's currently 11:30. You get there after a brief loop around and directions from Joe Kennedy being like, no, it's actually, you want to go on the 101. And there you go. You got it. Yeah, no, that's Grape. You want to go down Sunset? All right, fine, whatever. Those sort of directions. And it is prime time. Spotlights are being drawn up right now in this fanciful noir-esque club. Has the red velvet entrance of carpet and the red canopy that kind of extends out beyond it as well. You see a man up the front with a line that's kind of going around the back of both ladies and gentlemen. And a man with a clipboard up front, kind of, denying people access and entrance in. It says at the top in white letters, Catania Gentlemen's Club.
Can I fix up his sleeve real quick? Because it's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, sure. We'll say you did that on the way there. What did we nail down for his actual tailoring check, Throck? I know we had to customize that a little bit. Crafts. Give me a crafts check. And I'm going to make it dexterity.
Right, Tim?
That's very fine. This has a lot of dexterous to its truest form movement.
There you go. I have 4 craft.
Yeah, this is nothing for you. It's shoddy, work, and you easily do it. It's not. He gets ow, a number of times.
Don't complain.
As he's kind of sitting there in the car, okay, yeah, we're here.
Now you're presentable, at least.
Yeah, and as you go up to the front, a valet driver comes up to open up the car and says, "Welcome to the Catania Gentlemen's Club, sir."
Okay. I keep my hat down low so he doesn't see me too well.
Okay.
I'm going to hand him the keys and tell him to park it close.
Roll a manipulation plus finances. You're gonna have to pay him a little extra if you want to keep it up close. And I'll say Red Cap lets you know about this. He seems to know a little bit more about this club than the rest of you do.
Just hand him a tip.
Okay. You pay him. You slap down $10 in his hand. He says, "Yes, sir." You're like, you kind of look over. You're like, "Was that enough?" It was a little too much. But he just kind of he drives it, parks it on the same curb walk there. There should be a little bit of a fancier car there, that is what you're thinking, but it's there no matter what you think. And the bouncer to the club kind of looks over and is looking to the valet driver being like, "What the fuck is that piece of junk doing in the front? Whose car is that? Hey, I'm talking to you, boy." And the valet driver looks a little kind of "Sorry, sir, that's just, I think."
I'm gonna have Redcap's gonna walk over, lean over to Mary, and just say, "Go get him, pretty boy," and point at the bouncer.
As you wish, Redcap. And this is another call for awe in this case. Can I tell if he's one of us or mortal?
Yes, he definitely looks mortal.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I
Kindred
just
wouldn't be mixed in such minuscule bouncer holding the red velvet tape jobs?
I bust out awe again and need to roll for that.
Nope. Just works on mortals. He looks always like, okay, yeah.
Don't you love our car?
Yeah, it's the new model, right? The 42s.
Sure is. The last ones before they, stopped all that production.
The war for you, right?
Hey, Quinn, real fast.
Yeah.
What's up?
There's a lot of people here in line and so forth like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be seen too much, so I'm going ahead and activate my unseen passage to kind of stay out of sight and away from everything.
Now, I do believe that does require a rouse check.
That does.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh.
All right.
Wait.
Cool.
Yep.
And
So,
you get the feeling that Dante is somewhere, you just don't know where.
That is how the Dante fish do.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. You do you. Don't worry
So
We'll
about it.
be coming in now.
Yeah, you can go in. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
As I'm walking by, grab the guy by both his cheeks. You are great at your job! And then just walk past him and go right on in.
Isn't he, though? He's just doing a bang-up job tonight. Just
Fantastic.
I
You
want to
deserve
lean
a
in and
raise.
whisper to him too. Make sure nobody messes with the car.
Will do. And he puts it away. And as you walk in, the first entrance into the foyer has a coat check inside there. There's a lady in there, sort of in the, I don't want to say like a Playboy bunny waitress outfit, but a waitress outfit typical for a 1943 jazz club. Yeah.
Cigarette girl style.
There you go. Yep. And she's waiting to take every single one of your coats. Joe kind of puts his on there. He's like, oh, wait, takes a notepad out and his pencil.
Now, I do try to follow them into the club and try to get in before any doors or anything like that close, so I don't try to look like I'm
Hey.
opening the door. So,
Dexterity plus athletics, please.
okay.
Unless one of you just kind of wants to hold the door open and think, yeah, that's enough.
Knowing how Dante operates, I'll just kind of linger at the door for a second and point at the bouncer and be like, "You be sure that not a scratch comes to that car."
Add a modifier of 1 die to that.
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And
Feeling
I
tucked under my arm as I point.
Yeah. You do feel the will do.
so,
You are a gift to your profession, and then walk inside. And the doors close behind me.
Okay, and you all check your coats in, and as you walk up into the currently 11:43 p.m. Night, you enter in. You see the thin veil of smoke crafts, create a almost veil-like atmosphere as you step into the 1943 club of Cantonia, and the booths seem to be of leather atmosphere as you... Oops. Just spilt my coffee. That's not good. The booths seem to be of a leather atmosphere as you walk around here. And you have your typical femme fatale standing up there singing. A lot of gentlemen fawners looking over to her. A woman of darker complexion with blackened hair singing onto a red dress as you notice all the busy atmosphere of everything that is happening around here. And as you kind of enter in, Connery, you immediately notice the boss of the Cosa Nostra gang. And... oh. And as soon as she finishes her set, she walks on over to the boss. And after that, we're going to take a little bit of a break right there. Okay, guys? So, thank you everybody for sticking around. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right.
I don't think he set up, but we're out.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he just got up and walked.
I just noticed the screen.
Cleanup time.
I heard coffee spill, so I was like, oh, we're good to break soon.
I didn't hear sparks or see smoke, so.
Guys, this is going pretty good. Oh, I like a lot.
I apologize to you guys. I'm trying to make you guys in as much as possible, but
Oh, no.
back off.
I actually appreciate it greatly. Thank you.
Yeah, man,
I'll take the much work.
that's what we got done. Okay, he is not the type to jump out or leap until he absolutely has no choice to get
Our
involved.
audio's on.
Uh-oh.
Hi guys. We're not going to talk.
Yep.
Our audio's on for chat.
Sergeant First Class Mark Wood. Sergeant First Class Mark Wood.
And we're back. Hello. Thank you. Sorry about that. I was having technical issues here at home. But like I said, you guys entered back into the club with no problem whatsoever. And that atmosphere of thin smoke kind of goes about the air. And as you are walking in, Redcap, the obvious boss of the Cosa Nostra, is sitting there surrounded by bodyguards, and you notice a number of bodyguards are standing on stage for his girl, Sierra Delacroix, a beauty of equal danger because of who she is and who she belongs to, and a mystery behind her as well. Her set finishes up, and she works her way over to the booth. This is also the ghoul of Hamilton Wynn. And as she sits down into the booth, number of one of the lieutenants of the Cosa Nostra come up and says, "Hey, Redcap, how's it going, man? How's you doing? Come here. Good to see you again. Hey, how's your mother over in New York?"
Oh, she's doing grand.
Ah, good to hear. Good to hear. These your compatriots right here. This your new crew.
Yeah, well, there are a few friends of mine I picked up along the way.
Gotcha. Well, they look like well, these two look somewhat of capable. I don't know if that one is right there. I think a bit of a fancy skinny boy, ain't you? Come on, let's get something for you to eat. If you're a friend of Redcap's, you're a friend of ours. Come on.
Yeah, order what you want, boys.
Maybe.
He'll take a seat and just nice pint if you would.
Will do. Will do you, Mick. No problem. And as he flags down a waitress, you guys are now sitting in a booth opposite of the Sierra Delacroix and the boss of the Cosa Nostra gang. And as you do, a waitress comes down and brings you your respective orders and drinks, sets it down in front of you. So what brings you to New York anyway? What you boys doing here?
Well, taking in the scenery, I would say. It's a nice club you have here.
You know it's a not mine. You know who it belongs to, and he kind of nods over to the fat man with the beautiful woman on his arm.
Well, at least you know how to pick a good place to stay.
You know, I don't choose, I just follow, and these places, they just seem to fall into our laps, if you know what I'm saying. Expired ownership, huh?
Eh. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind knowing if you had some information on a few things, and...
Oh, alright.
Wanted to know if you heard anything happening down at the docks in Chinatown.
And why would somebody like you be asking about something like that?
Oh, you know, I like to get around, be aware of interests and things about the city. You know the type of work I'm in. I like to know what kind of situations I'm walking into, if there's ever one.
Roll a persuasion
Ah, shit.
and charisma.
Double shit. Ooh, doggy. Here we go.
Oh.
Okay. So 2 successes.
All right. All right, look. I don't know a whole lot, and this is between you and me. You ain't no snitch. I know you. I know you back from New York. Some interesting cargo. When and where, I don't exactly know. Only the boss knows. But, you know, guns, bullets. Not for our boys in blue or green, if you know what I'm saying.
Of course. In larger quantities than we're used to? We talking regular small arms or military hardware?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I just moved the boxes. Remember what happened to the last guy who opened the boxes?
Oh, I understand. Self-preservation being at the top of your concerns.
Or loyalty.
Of course, of course.
Obedience.
I would never, what is it you boys call it? Impugn upon your omerta or whatever it is you do.
Exactly. Wait, what? And as you are sitting down there onto the table, he's like, "Look, let's go around the back. You know, you can introduce you to a few new friends of ours.
No.
You and your new crew here."
Well, boys, would you like a little bit of the VIP treatment?
That's what we're here for, isn't it?
Ah. Who was that lovely bird that was singing before?
That's Sierra. Boss's fiance, Delacroix.
Oh,
Yeah, he's doing quite well for himself.
that he is, that he is.
As a matter of fact, hey, you should go introduce yourself, you know, pay your respects to the boss before we go in and we discuss business.
Of course. We do understand and respect the whole idea of turf and one's domain being their home, don't we, boys?
Yeah, you can say that.
Now, this guy we're talking to, is he obviously a kindred or?
This is not a kindred, this is a mortal gangster.
Okay.
And as you walk on over, you see a man kind of like Marlon Brando sitting there with a young 20-something woman. She's not... She doesn't appear to Marion to be enjoying his company, more like putting up on a front, necessarily. But not in the sense that she's trapped, more in the sense that she's playing him. And as he looks over, he's like, "Oh yeah, Red Dog, how are you, my friend? One last independence, true greats. What brings you to my new establishment here in the City of Angels?"
Oh, just looking for a good time, of course. Showing a friend of ours your establishment. Grab the Kennedy by the shoulders and give him a nice hug.
It's alright.
Just say hi.
No one's gonna hurt you here. Let the poor boy go. I know you're independent and I respect that, but let the reporter leave and conduct his affairs, you know what I mean? I mean, you're not gonna tell anybody about this, right? Joe Kennedy? How did you know my name? How did you know my name? It's in my interest to know all the most up-and-coming reporters in the new city that I found myself in. Okay. You can go now. Kennedy looks to you, Redcap looks to you, Marion looks back over to Eli. Can I do that?
Of course. The boss of the place just said you can go. And, well, you're going to need that jacket properly mended soon, so you're going to be showing up at Marion's shop,
I will
right?
show up and be there immediately. And he looks over to the boss and he's like, Thank you. You don't bow. You don't bow. Okay, bye. And he walks away in like a hurried fashion.
As he's leaving, I put myself in a position to watch him to make sure he gets all the way to the door and out.
Oh yeah, he walks in and out, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, door kind of like.
Okay.
As if it was being flapped by an 18th century Southern belle.
Okay. So as we're going back, as we follow Redcap and the rest of the guys back to wherever we go, I am going to be moving about the room very carefully and watching for other people to make sure that there's not, of course, no more eyes on us than regular need be.
Okay. What's plus awareness again?
Okay.
As you're rolling that, Sierra kind of looks over to you, Redcap, looks over to Eli and you, Marion, and she says, "Wait a minute. Aren't you the tailor, Marion? In that nice little shop downtown?"
Yes, that would be the Mr. Marion to you.
I know you work in
what was
men's
your name?
suits. I know you work mostly in men's suits, but that one dress you did for Ingrid Berman was amazing.
Oh yes, I take a lot of care in my work, and I see what you're wearing right there has been beautifully crafted.
Of course. What? You can sit down and join us, can't they? Of course, doll. Anything for you, please. Sit down.
Sir, if you don't mind, you see, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but had a little bit of poor luck at the races lately, and I've been looking to possibly find some extra work on the side, so if these two wish to go and talk some fashion, I'd love to just sit here and talk a little bit of business with you, if you would.
Of course. Whatever you need.
It's greatly appreciated, sir. These boys tend to be working with me lately, so whatever you would say in front of me, you can say in front of them, of course.
Sit down, all of you. You're more than welcome to sit, and we may discuss interesting business opportunities. She sits down. She looks over to you, Redcap, and she kind of looks across over to Marion and Eli, almost beyond you, as if she was looking for somebody else. Dante. From the opposite side of the room, you notice two men in black and white suits with skinny white ties and not sunglasses, but just regular glasses. It's very slight and indistinct, but every now and then as they're sipping from their bourbons, you see them kind of eye over to the Cosa Nostra boss.
Okay. That's who Redcap is sitting across from talking to right now.
Mm-hmm. And he's playing
Okay.
with a pen on his side. He's just kind of like looking down, looks over, as if he's about to write down on something like a notepad. He hasn't written a note yet, but he's
Okay.
kind of thinking about it.
Okay. I'm going to move a little bit so that I am in a position where I'm like between our group and them, so that I can keep an eye on the boss man and them for any quick and sudden movements on either one of them.
Okay. And as you're sitting down, the is like, so, what business opportunities can I speak with all of you? What is it you request here in Los Angeles?
Well, I'm just looking for a little extra money on the side, and you want to possibly make an advance of it, and then I'll owe you a few favors in the future. It could be arranged. You know, my work is solid work.
I do. I know about that thing you did over near Long Island, and I greatly appreciate that. So, of course, we'll pay you your usual fee, and if you do exceptional work upon that, I may have some extra work more inclined for you. And Marion, you feel a note slip into your sort of like pocket from your leg, and it kind of slides its way down inside there, and the hand comes back out as you were sitting right next to the woman.
I give her a quick look, and then I try to discreetly look at this note.
Okay, I want you to roll me dexterity, or no. Dexterity plus larceny. Stealth. Let's say stealth. I want you to kind of like. I want to see how well you're able to look at that.
With dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I use rapid reflexes to do this very quickly?
That's very interesting.
Cat's grace would probably be
more appropriate.
Oh wait, no, I don't know.
Rapid is for defense.
Yeah, rapid is for dodging shit. I think fleetness is the thing you're thinking about. Being able to add your celerity to any dex thing.
Yeah, you do have celerity 4.
Or I have 3. Yeah, I have celerity 3.
Oh, 3. Yeah. Yep. That will require a rouse check, however.
I say let's go ham. I'll do my rouse first, right? Ooh.
It has begun.
Getting hungry. Yeah, so I mark 100. I only have 1 dot right now.
Okay.
So you're up to 2. You start every night at 1 dot of hunger. Yeah. So you had another
things get interesting. So.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it's a failure. Or no, you just get hungry. You just get hungrier, right? Yeah. But you see it.
Yeah, there's no failure involved in that.
You look down and you see Warehouse 13, Long Beach.
Okay. I'm able to discreetly put it back away before anyone notices.
Okay.
But I feel that rumble in my tummy.
Okay. But you get the distinct, interesting fact that she may know more than she is letting on, although she hasn't said a word ever since.
I give her a quick wink.
Okay. The boss.
Yes, we have so much to talk about.
Looks over. Do you know? What do you have to talk about? Dress for the wedding, of course. Well, we'll let you talk to the good man here. Conry and his new friend and I will discuss business in the back. Or Redcap and I. Redcap and his friend Eli will talk about business in the back. Gentlemen, let's do this. He works his way out of the booth with Marion and Sierra Delacroix sitting there even more. Martini glass is placed in front of her, and she begins to sip onto the gently red lipstick, like staining the glass a little bit. Looks over to you and says, You're a little more than a tailor, aren't you?
And you're a little more than a singer.
You're not government, right?
Oh, no, of course not.
So, let me just ask you this. What brings you here?
Well, my companions and I are investigating a particular individual, and we want to see how much trouble we're getting ourselves into. And if you have any idea of well, we had some of our own fall into an unfortunate circumstance, and I'm hoping my companions and I don't run into the same trouble.
Does it have to do about somebody who has a certain victory with a forefather?
You betcha.
Hamilton win.
Yes. Yes, I'd like to talk about that forefather. Its history here is so fascinating.
Looks over to the two men that are staying here. Can you give us a bit of room? You can't do that, man. I'm sure you can. Right, Marion?
I would really like some breathing room. This collar.
Charisma and persuasion. And add a extra die for the fatale.
All right, that's what we got.
Okay. Looks over and... Alright. Very well. No problem, man. Steps like four.
I give him a little...
He steps like four... He steps 4 paces forward. And, does... This is about Hamilton, isn't it? Right?
Absolutely. Yes, I would love any information you have.
Of course. I don't know all too much. What I do know is that Hamilton came in here earlier, wondering about shipments from San Diego to China that I knew a little bit more about than usual. We made its way from China into San Diego and then came its way finally to Long Beach in that warehouse that I let you know a little bit more of on that note.
Yeah. So this is where we can find the goods, but is this where we can find the man?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him ever since. I like him. He's sweet. Scary looking, but...
Are you sweet on him?
No. I've known him ever since I was a little girl. Raised me.
Now, do you know... Did he have any recent visitors that didn't come out looking so hot?
No, but there were government types looking for him. What? Not government.
Types?
You know, men in white and black suits wearing skinny ties.
I think I know the type.
They came in.
Probably.
I thought it was relating to Nico. That's my soon-to-be husband's name.
Oh.
But
okay.
it wasn't. They were asking about Hamilton. Which is strange because I thought nobody but me and Mr. Kennedy, who came in earlier, knew anything about that.
Yeah, and Kennedy was playing himself a little close to the chest there. We had to be a little more persuasive to get him to even come along.
Kennedy places a lot to his chest. He's gay.
Oh!
He has a partner.
Okay.
His roommate.
I see.
If you want to blackmail him, I wouldn't recommend it. But that's one
I
way
think
to do
we've
it.
got enough to get him get enough.
Let him live his life.
We yes, we'll check in with him when he needs to repair his suit and go from there. But I believe this lead to this warehouse might be the most beneficial lead we've gotten tonight.
Yeah. There was another woman also who came in earlier wearing a very stuffy suit. I was wondering where Hamilton was as well. A lot of people seem to be looking for him and not knowing where he is.
It's like he's disappeared, huh?
Probably for the better. He said he was looking for something... All the words are a little much, but Anarch related?
Yes, I'd have to... That might be related to his disappearance, for sure.
Well, that's about all I know.
Can I maintain contact to ensure, keep you posted on what we find?
Sure.
I'm sure you'd like to know where he went as well.
I would. If you find him, just tell him I'd like to see him again.
I can oblige that.
Good. You can leave now.
You've been a pleasure to talk to, and so helpful. Thank you.
Oh, before you go, I should mention about those government types. They were
Yes,
asking
please.
questions. Questions that are relating to his condition. Have I ever met him during the day? Has he ever hurt me in any peculiar way? Does he look strange? Then they asked about Joe Kennedy.
Huh. Government types asking those kind of questions.
And they weren't your kind. They came in during the day.
Yeah, that's the tip-off. Okay. Well, seems to be a tangled web.
Be careful, Mr. Taylor Man.
I'm sorry?
I said be careful, Mr. Taylor Man.
Just Mr. Marion is fine.
Marion.
I'll leave you now.
Thank you.
And did Dante want to whisper to me?
I was going to, whichever one was the closest one out from sitting in the booth and everything, I was going to make my way up next to them and whisper in their ear about the two suits across the thing that keeps them eyeing the group.
Oh.
So if you're on the I don't know if it's you or Eli on the outskirts of the city. So
maybe when I get up, because I'm going to leave her from this booth, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Catch me that isn't.
Yeah,
I was
no.
under the
there.
impression that we had left the sit down and we had walked away from them, leaving them to talk alone.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's that too, yeah.
Okay. So as you stand up, Marion, I will whisper in your ear about the suits across the way that I've been keeping an eye on.
I'll keep an eye out.
Why don't you roll a wits plus awareness check with an extra die? Modifier 1.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. What's plus... Sorry, say awareness?
Mhm.
Yes.
And then Connery, I want you to make a charisma plus... let's say persuasion. Let's see, you want to be intimidating. Whatever you feel best with, manipulation plus intimidation or a charisma plus persuasion. For your new business relations with the boss, Nico.
We'll do manipulation, intimidation.
Okay.
Actually, check. Sure. Okay, no, I'm good. Well, I'm using my reputation.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm going for.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Succeeds by 1. Very well, Mr. Redcap. I'll do what you ask. That's a hefty sum. $300, but it'll be done.
It's appreciated, sir.
I assume you could split it between your new associate here.
Oh, I take care of them. Don't worry about it.
Very well. Eli, would you like to do anything?
You're muted.
Jinx.
There we go. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of along for the ride at this point. These seem like his people, so I'm just kind of taking it all in. Can I notice any kind of like shiftiness or?
No, he seems to be very comfortable in his environment aside from Redcap's intimidation. He's like, oh, you really did that. Okay. It's hard to see a mob boss squirm. Just slightly.
Yeah, I know my place and when and where it is, so I'm just kind of keeping quiet.
Marion.
Yes.
The man keeps playing with the pen in his hand. Keeps looking down in a notebook. And every now and then you catch the glance of him looking over. He writes something down. Walks up out of the club.
So he's at the back of the club?
He was on the opposite end of the club, yes. Sitting in a booth, opposite of yours. He was messing around with a pen for a little bit until he removed the cap, wrote something down, closed the notebook, got up from the booth, and left out the front entrance.
Well, was he wearing a suit?
He was, but almost everyone in here is wearing a suit of some sort.
Damn.
At this moment, Redcap and Eli come back out as well to see you in front of the booth. The boss sits that back down and says, "It was nice to conclude business with all of you, and I hope you can accomplish that task for me, Redcap, at your earliest convenience. Now, my gentlemen, my men will escort you outside of the club. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and come by for any select types of entertainment that you can see in the future."
It was nice to meet you.
Much obliged to you, sir.
No problem.
And turn and head out the club.
Yep, you leave the club in the foyer. You grab the coat it's from the coat check, and you walk outside in the cool, crisp air of LA at 12:43 p.m. a.m. Not p.m. Oof.
That'd be rough.
Yeah. Hi, next characters. And as you sit down, the valet gets your keys, and you don't see that man who was taking notes earlier anywhere near around you.
Could I use heightened senses to kind of get a sense of I hear some hurried footsteps or something? Any indication? Is that something I could do?
Sure.
Or
go ahead.
when is that going to come? All right. That is.
Do you believe that is a rouse check?
User adds aspects rating to all perception rolls. Extreme sensations cause -3 perception. Let's see, or -3 dice penalty. I don't see rouse check. I'll double check real quick, but the.
Could open up disciplines real quick. Heightened senses, correct?
No rouse check.
Yeah.
Yeah, heightened senses does not require
a rouse check. Okay.
Indeed.
Wits plus resolve. And then.
All right. Wits. Where is my?
So the wits plus resolve roll is only required if they're in a loud place, and I mean you're in a club, but
now you're outside and you're in the city on Sunset Strip, so it's a loud place. Yeah.
And you said so I guess it's my aspects adds +1 to that, 2 wits plus resolve. I think that's.
Well, it specifically says in the rule to add.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Oh, you added to the perception
so
roll.
aspects would not add any dice to a wits plus resolve roll.
Yeah.
It would only add to perception rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So first I'm doing wits plus resolve to see if it activates, basically.
Yes. And then you you roll it?
Yes.
Didn't come through.
I believe it's
there it is. Okay. To see if you're able to hone it in, essentially.
Yeah, okay. And then can I do a perception check?
Yes.
Then to see
Now
if I...
roll your wits plus awareness.
Let's see. And then I add my aspects to that, or my 1 dot for okay. There we go.
Unfortunately not. It's a loud night in LA. You weren't able to really simmer it down. That man who appeared to left has left.
I take a look around real quick, and then I whisper over to the rest of the group and say, I believe someone was taking notes on what they saw tonight, and I might have a few notes of my own.
Well, then maybe we should get in the car and head on to our next destination, and we'll discuss it on the way, won't we?
The valet boy just backs up. There's a car.
It's like 2 feet.
Yeah, I'll take the keys from him and get in and start the car up. Or get in and get ready to take off.
I'll hop in the front seat.
Okay. And you...
I pass the note to Redcap in the front seat and say, our little jazz singer had a few things to say.
Yeah.
Might be interested.
Once the car gets far enough away from the crowd and everything, I will actually come out of my unseen while I'm sitting in the back seat.
Ah,
The door
there you
opened
are.
with
I had a feeling.
Never get used to that.
Oh,
Takes
geez.
you 100 years or so. All right, boys. I see Marion caught on to exactly what I was trying to do. And we had a little bit of that alone time. So, Warehouse 13. Down at, I'm assuming, Chinatown Docks.
It says Long Beach
Oh, yeah.
on the note.
Oh, Long Beach, okay.
Long Beach, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah, well, we've got 2 sets of piers that we need going to. What are you boys thinking?
I guess, Warehouse 13. I want you to roll me a, if this was Warhammer, I would have said a local lore check.
I
Now-
cast legend lore on
Now,
1948.
hey, Quinn, since I am native to Los Angeles,
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a fair enough point, actually. You know where 13 is. It's the largest warehouse right off of Atlantic. It's actually at the
Okay.
end of Atlantic Avenue in Long Beach. Is one of the major streets in Los Angeles when you're going southwards past Inglewood. And so it's easy enough to get to, not even using the freeways. But it's gonna be about an hour drive, unless Eli knows some sort of shortcut in which he can make a drive check for me.
Ooh.
Okay. Eli, take your time. It's no use getting riled up dealing with these plebeians on the road.
you're muted.
Composure and
muted,
drive,
Eli.
please.
Yeah, I actually plan on taking my time a little bit. What exactly did we agree to back there, Redcap?
I think driving down to the most prominent recent lead would probably be best.
Well, the driving I can handle, but with the Eastern Coast fellow back there at the club, did we get into bed with him in any certain way? I didn't really follow too closely along with
No,
that.
he would have said that Redcap did, but he didn't hold you into any obligation to do so. It was a pretty good intimidation check. When you succeed by
making
4,
sure.
you win.
Oh,
Especially when the
Yeah, I
difficulty
just-
is 3.
Just worked out a regular deal that I've made on numerous occasions with their type. I'm a bit of a contractor when I need to make a few bucks on the side, and I thought it was a good way to pull the gentleman away from his darling wife-to-be.
Taking notes.
Okay.
So, a warehouse on Atlantic Avenue or Chinatown? Both.
Which one's closer to our current location, Quinn?
That is a good question.
Geographically, Chinatown, drive-wise, Long Beach.
Okay.
I think we're going to Long Beach.
LA's weird, guys. I lived there for a few years. It's like, wow, it's only 12 miles away. I could get there 2 hours later. Not a joke.
So Long Beach then.
I think Long Beach might be a
Do
easier.
you want a
step.
drive check for this, or are we just gonna?
No, you can get down there easy enough.
Okay.
And as you drive your way down past Inglewood, the suburban Inglewood, and all the way down to Long Beach, you hear the familiar sensations of foghorns and other sorts of maritime vehicles making their way into the docks of Long Beach, with the occasional ship, naval ship making its way down here. When you're driving along the streets, you see the World War II uniforms of sailors and Marines walking along through here, and the gated communities that close off Warehouse 13. I want you all to make politics checks. Intelligence plus politics.
Okay. So if I just have intelligence,
Hold on. What's up?
What kind of politics?
Camarilla politics.
Oh, then yes.
Somehow I have no points in politics.
yeah.
Don't
So just
worry, boys.
Oh.
That's my area of expertise.
I just make the suits. I don't follow where they go.
Okay. Redcap and Marion. This makes sense for both of you. You're the most longest standing Camarilla members who are in here. You know that Long Beach is strictly no-go zone for any kindred, be it Anarch, Camarilla, or otherwise. Even some caitiff, respect that policy. Because it is a heavily guarded military zone during this time period for the war efforts in the Pacific Theater.
Ooh.
I think I know what your bird was getting at then.
She did mention Hamilton had some suited visitors from the top brass. This would make some sense.
Roll intelligence for me.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
you all
intelligence?
can roll intelligence. You're speaking out loud inside a car with one another on the drive there. We'll say you're getting into Inglewood right about now as you're driving over to Long Beach.
Quinn, can I add a specific lore note here? Because one of them got 4 on the politics test.
Oh, they did?
You would, yeah.
No.
Right? Oh, I thought Redcap did. Maybe I misread that.
No, he got 2.
I got 2. I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah. Shut.
You can give me free lore if you
No.
want. I'm okay with it. Intelligence what?
Just intelligence.
Just intelligence.
is that for all of us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, with me being local, could I add my streetwise to this? Since
No, this is more trying to connect 2 timelines together.
Oh.
Okay, Dante and Redcap, the timelines don't seem to mix with whatever the government types showing up and the most recent attacks for Hamilton Wynn. They don't necessarily sync up. It's not like, and along with the questions that were being asked, have you seen Hamilton Wynn during the day? Has he attacked you in any peculiar way? These don't seem to be in correlation with one another.
okay.
I was I'll roleplay with it.
And I will actually say, Dante, you have a strong inclination that the government types came before Hamilton infiltrated the warehouse.
Okay.
So, I may not be able to connect the dots on this, but what if Hamilton was under suspicion and realized once he was under suspicion he needed to clean up a little bit? And whatever he got out of the warehouse helped him do so very efficiently.
That's a prime possibility.
Yeah. But why would he risk going to an area like that that's so guarded?
Maybe he has connections. I mean, I have connections all over. It's the way of things in LA, right?
Desperation makes fools of us all.
At this moment, you approach the entrance into the military facility. Warehouse 13 is pretty prominent. It's easy to spot from here. It's probably one of the first warehouses that are in here. And as you enter in, it doesn't appear to be closed off or anything right now. It actually doesn't appear to be touched in any unusual way recently. It looks to be just an average warehouse. Things are locked up and guarded. But a military police marine approaches and says to you,
as he's approaching, I go shadow and get out of the view.
no problem. And
Rest.
yep. Cool. Damn, you're good with that. And as you approach, he says, yeah, excuse me, gentlemen. Do you have any business here?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're trying to find. You see, I'm from out of town, sir, and I've just been trying to find this one bar that my friend told me about, and I brought my friends with me. And
This is a military installation, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to turn around right now.
well, of course, sir, of course.
Well,
of course.
hold on. What have we? I think we've met before. And I kick on awe again because I love spamming awe.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're
coming in. You're gonna grab a drink or something.
Yeah. It's just me and the boys just meeting up with you. Some of your companions inside. We'll be right out. We're just gonna stop on in.
We don't have
Is
alcohol,
that all right?
but we have seawater.
That's fine with me. I will.
Thirst.
Thank you.
Okay, let me open the gate for you. And he opens the gate.
God, I love this power.
Come through.
Nice.
And this is why I take you everywhere.
And as you approach the 50-foot warehouse, you have a small typical entrance meant for people to walk in and out of, and then you have a large loading dock that looks like it could keep an entire U-2 bomber if it wanted to. And as you work your way in there, you park your vehicle, and it appears that the door meant for people is locked.
Hey, pretty boy.
Yes.
Oh no, I was talking to the other one.
Oh. Oops. I'm sorry. Please.
Dante.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty boy.
Yeah.
Would you do us a favor? I know you're out there. It's like I'm talking to Jesus. Would you do me a favor and just have a look around and speak to me when you see anything?
I walk up to Red Cap and says, "Do you want the door unlocked?"
Well, if it happens to pop open on its own accord, I wouldn't be upset.
I'm going to move to the door and use my larceny lockpicking specialty.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. I'll say dexterity with that, please.
Okay.
Holy. It's an automatic win. You open the door no problem. It's a heavy lock too. It was pretty difficult, but just barely at the very end. It takes you about 3 to 4 minutes, and you open it. And at that time is when you hear what appears to be a patrol coming along the line.
Okay.
And you see flashlights from the opposite end of the building. Not inside, but it's about to turn the corner.
Do we see them as well?
You do. But you could open into the door right now and close it if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm inside.
Okay, you open, close the door, and the patrol is none the wiser.
Okay.
You see the lights from outside kind of work their way through, and their shadows kind of passing by as well. Hey, how about them Brooklyn Dodgers, yeah? Yeah, I know, they're doing not too rough right now. You're more of a Cardinals fan, yeah? You know, them Padres ain't doing half bad in the National League, though. We're going to catch a game when the 1st Marines come back in with that regiment, and go ahead.
I'm going to activate my heightened senses so that I can start scanning the area, looking for anything invisible, or trying just using to look in the pitch darkness if there is no light in here, and try to see if there is anybody kind of just hiding away in shadows or guard post.
Yeah, as you enter in, there is a stillness to the quiet inside of here. There are no lights being shone right now, and your heightened senses activates. And as you do, you seem to be relatively alone in here, but you have the faint sense of alcohol and a fire.
Okay.
That was recently inside of here. And actually, it kind of leads you to a particular scorch mark as you set along there. Almost as if a small brief explosion was set off here. And with that, you kind of step amongst glass, and as if it was belonging to a bottle. Roll me an investigation for me. Wits plus investigation.
Okay.
Is that for all of us or just...
Any of you can, yeah.
Yeah, I can use Eyes of the Beast to have a heightened sense of my own.
Okay.
If necessary.
Let me look that up. Height.
Did you say a wits investigation or just flat investigation?
Wits and investigation.
Yeah, no, I don't have any investigation there, Marion. That's why I only rolled wits. But I'm doing well tonight. I succeeded.
Are you using your Eyes of the Beast, Redcap?
Yes.
Okay. As he's stepping along the glass, you kind of look over along the burn marks, and you pick one label up. It's a vodka label around the scorch marks.
Russians. As I inspect the vodka bottle.
And I would say with your expertise, you're able to indicate some sort of Molotov cocktail was set off here. And also, with your sentences and beasts, you do notice the smell of gunpowder.
Well, I think we found the scene of the crime, boys. Do believe Smiling Jack was here at some point.
How did he get out, though, without alerting everyone?
How do we get out, or how did they get out?
Small explosions on a military base.
There was the Molotov cocktail.
It's more of a whoosh than an explosion.
Yeah.
Still, a lot of commotion before, and hopefully not a lot of commotion when we have to go, but yeah, more curious, how did Smiling Jack get out of here at all? Which makes it definitely seem like he was sending a message.
Let's have a little bit of a deeper look around then, why don't we?
Okay, everybody roll me investigations for me, please.
Scheisse.
Investigation plus what?
Wits. Wits or intelligence, whatever's better, I'd say.
I just made the best roll for everyone watching. It's 9. sorry, the nicest roll is what I meant to say.
The 1 for me.
Okay. Okay. Eli, you notice the interesting placement of not placement, but it looks like bullets have fell down and have been raining down from what indicates a maybe a Tommy gun. They don't look
All bullets or casings?
casings. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and as if they were splashed down from the upper deck of the portion, firing down into what appears to be a no man's land. Let me see. And Marion, you find the same on the opposite end too, as if casings have fallen down from somebody who is firing downwards into the middle of the warehouse. So, angling downwards like this.
Is there a catwalk up there?
There is a catwalk on both ends.
How high from the ground?
About 20 feet, 30 feet.
I don't think I can make
So-
that.
And there are staircasings making their way up there as well. And there's an office on the opposite end of the entrance to the warehouse on the second story.
It's like the scene of an execution.
Bit of an ambush.
Yeah.
Again, it calls the question how something like this could have happened on a military base.
You get away with saying it was some kind of exercise or some shite, and everybody leaves you alone.
Hey, Eli, when you were looking around and saw the catwalk, did you actually look up to him and everything, or?
Just now when I found the catwalk?
Yes.
Yeah, it just, I found the casings seemingly nowhere. I would have instinctively looked up to see where they would have come from.
Okay. I'm going to use Soaring Leap and jump up to the catwalk and actually work along the catwalk, seeing if I can find anything left up there.
Sure, no problem. Go ahead.
I will walk.
Okay.
I was going to use
actually-
Soaring Leap, but I'm going to use the stairs.
Redcap, you actually find correspondence on the main first floor office. You open it up, and you kind of like just look around, opening up. There's a lot of nonsense relating to the Japanese theater, military-wise, but it has to do with a lot of logistics. But what you do find that's interesting is correspondence from a Marguerite Focard and to Salvador Garcia, along with growing disdain from the Camarilla Authority around the world.
I'm a company Redcap, and what do we have here?
Well, looks like we have a communication. All right, so this little missive that I found, does this look like intercepted communication?
Roll intelligence plus politics.
Okay. Court?
Yeah.
Yeah. Intelligence +1. Boom. All right. All them dice. Get a 1. I get 1.
Okay. Marion, you could have done the same thing.
I'd like to. So you said intelligence?
Intelligence plus politics.
Oh.
You got a 1 on the hunger dice too.
From politics?
Okay. I mean, the Anarchs have always been upset with the Camarilla. It's nothing new. Why? Who Marguerite Focard is? You... Throck, would they know? It's not like...
That's some deep Anarch lore. That's some deep ass Anarch
Okay.
lore right there.
Then no.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't know who she is. But why Hamilton would be looking for something like this in a warehouse facility doesn't make a lot of sense.
So you said Marguerite sent a message to Salvador, our boss,
Yes.
and
And
was
it contains
about-
discussions.
Yeah.
so they've had communication for a while. And
But it's nothing too damning. It's
not
just
as-
like, yeah, no shit, this is what Anarchs think, pretty much.
But I don't think this was intended for mortals to have their hands on. We do remember this is a military
yeah, it's also like
installation that
the-
no one's supposed to be near.
These weren't the recipients.
No, this is intercepted. I
Maybe the
feel.
guys.
Eli and Dante, roll wits plus investigation for me, please. Okay. Interesting enough. For you, I'm gonna give it to who was it? Eli. You see something strange planted up against the second-story portion of the wall. It's a fly. It's not moving. At all. Not like they would crawl along walls, but just there. You're muted.
Windows are great. How far from me?
I mean, reachable distance.
I'm gonna pluck it off the wall.
It doesn't get squashed like a fly. It's metal.
Will it come free from the wall?
Yeah, you pluck it up, no problem.
Do I recognize what it is, or does it seem? Is it a bug of some kind?
Roll an intelligence plus technology. Wow. You kind of look it over and you're like, a metal fly. And you kind of look deeper, thinking maybe that's not exactly what you're seeing. You're just like, you can't believe it. That's weird. And as you are just kind of like looking at it like greatly, you notice one eye is larger than the others. And you kind of look it in, and it's strange. Nothing is able to make anything like this, even for military technology. 2, you're not sure what it's doing here.
So I'm gonna use an index finger to cover up the eyes, both of them. It's small enough with the description, or I can.
I'm sorry, you're muted again.
It's small enough where I should be able to cover the whole front of this device with my finger and carry it down to show the others.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I don't know what this is.
So it's just, so you enter in for a red cap. Actually, why don't you, as you're walking over to Red Cap and Marion and Dante is kind of scouting up the upper portion, why don't you make me another, make me a wits plus awareness. All right. As you are walking your way along, you something catches your foot, and you just kind of cling, and it it's like a necklace around your boot almost, and you pick it up, and it's what appears to be a turtle of jade, and indicating some sort of Chinese origin.
It was just laying on the catwalk on the steps.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Would I
no, actually,
recognize
no.
the symbol?
Near where the impact zone for the Molotov cocktail was.
Okay. Would I recognize the symbol? Is it something I might have seen somewhere?
No. But you feel as if, as you pick it up, that this trinket has some sort of magical essence to it. And
Shit.
as you are kind of like holding on to it and feeling it, you don't have any indication as to what this may be. But for right now, mechanically wise, if you hold this on and you kind of put it around your neck, this allows you to roll a willpower roll once without any taking superficial willpower die.
So I just found gear.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But you walk back in and you're kind of holding up the necklace, and now everybody can make me a intelligence plus occult check.
I'd like to cast Identify. Intelligence occult, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to think about it. Redcap doesn't like that stuff.
Did you roll it?
No.
Well,
I do not want to roll it.
okay, up to you.
No. He looks at it and instantly goes, nah, fuck your shite.
Just holding it up like, oh, that's nice. And he also found a mechanical fly.
I'll look at the
I'm
fly.
gonna kind of hold it out at Redcap. It doesn't burn. It doesn't burn.
Roll intelligence technology on the fly.
Yeah, both of you can. And Dante, why don't you, just getting ahead of the time, roll me wits plus awareness.
Okay.
I got a success on the fly check.
You did. You actually, I'm gonna make both of you succeeded for that. It was a 2, but I'll make it because you guys should have had an extra modifier die to that. You look at it and you see what looks to be like a tiny microscopic camera inside of this large mechanical fly.
Is it too early to say the place has been bugged?
Yes, I'd say it has been.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
That doesn't seem like something that I didn't think a bug could spy on people. It's like a Hollywood camera inside of a little fly.
This is more than just a Hollywood camera. There's no
Now-
film.
Quickly, when I yanked it from the wall, was there anything coming out of the wall like wiring or anything, or was it a wireless?
It was
It
wireless.
was free on its own.
Weird
Wow.
for 1942.
Also, there's nowhere for the film. Unless they have very, very small, because the thing itself could barely be more than 8 millimeters. Well,
The Russians. They're ahead of us.
Nazis. Nazis.
pointing
Uh-oh.
pointing to the necklace. And that shite. Listen, it's the kind of crap that the gypsies would pull at the horse races. So, no, you keep that away from me.
Green's such a pretty color, though. I like it. It's
Well, it matches your eyes. You keep it.
I will.
Dante, you come back down after an unsuccessful trip up to the rafters. And as you do,
Okay.
you go upon the other end and you feel a breeze hit you on the back of the neck. And as you do, you open it up, and it's a false wall leading downward to a basement level, but you hear the dripping and a running of water.
Okay. I will actually come out of my shadows so that they can see me.
Yeah.
And then without screaming or anything, I will just kind of wave.
Yeah, they're in the office right now, but it's a
Okay.
windowed office, so they
Okay.
see you on the opposite end, just kind of like waving.
Secret door just opened, so I'm gonna go use the bathroom very quickly and be
Okay.
right back.
Okay.
I'm not doing it in the.
So,
You
okay.
scared Redcap so much with your magic trinket that he doesn't want to be here anymore. He walks over to Dante
You scared the piss out of him.
So, and then I will kind of just kneel down at the entrance to the passageway and just kind of look and try to use heightened senses to look down.
You smell shit. Literal, just garbage, sewage shit.
Okay.
Honestly, kind of refreshing for you, a Nosferatu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wretched. Oh, no beauty to be found here.
But it'd probably be smart to turn off heightened senses.
Yeah, no, I drop it as soon as I realize.
Yeah, just...
This is...
You can only
the
smell that
weakness
stuff for
of a
so long.
toddler.
Yeah.
This is,
Okay.
like, not beautiful.
The office we're in, is it upstairs or downstairs?
It was downstairs.
Downstairs.
All of you are on the main floor now.
So I'm gonna walk over to see what he found because I'm seeing him drop out of shadows and waving. So
Yeah, you see the false wall leading downwards. Marion,
I'm going in.
you're going in? Okay.
Actually, I take a step in and I smell it and I go, maybe I'll stand guard.
I'll go down.
I'll take the lead down.
Okay. As you're going down, you do realize you're going into the sewers.
Mm.
And leading into here, there was a closed gate leading off to somewhere that you're unfamiliar with, and the opposite leads towards the city and one towards the ocean. The locked gate appears to be leading towards the ocean, while the rest leads down eastward into the city. Why don't you all roll me wits plus investigation checks one more time?
I'm gonna hang back at the door still, so I'm just watching to see if anyone comes to
Could
the
I
house.
use Streetwise at all for this?
Oh! Redcap went down with you, and he scored pretty high.
So could I use?
Would have been my intent to get away from the damn necklace.
Okay, yeah. What was it?
I was going to ask if I could use Streetwise instead of investigation for this, or does that?
If you're trying to figure out where you were, maybe.
Okay.
But no, it's going to be investigation.
His favorite terrain.
Yep. All right. There you go.
Okay. Redcap, you see a number of interesting items as you come down here. The first of which is a piece of clothing torn off by what appears to be small men's pants, leading
Pants
upwards into the warehouse. Too nice for a Nosferatu for wear. No offense to your fellow coterie here. Also, you see multiple dead rats, obviously eaten by a kindred, and a menu of a Chinatown restaurant, chop suey.
This is odd. And this is just a chamber, or is it a...
It's a entrance to the sewers.
Okay.
Also, who else? You also see a shotgun.
Pick up the shotgun. Here, hold this. Pass it over to Dante.
Whoever's holding it, roll me a technology intelligence.
Okay. He handed it to me, so technology, intelligence. Here we go.
Oh, crap.
That is a bestial failure.
Yep.
Okay.
You're not supposed to inspect the barrel without making sure it's empty. Oh, boy.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
Now, before he splatters himself across a wall accidentally, remember, gun safety kid. It's...
Yeah,
Check your
I don't
safety.
know how I'm going to bestial failure that. I'm just going to say you don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
The nice
Okay.
pants, were they just a full pair of pants discarded, or were they
It was just like, like a piece of cloth was torn.
scrap? All right, cool.
Mhm.
I didn't know if it was the full article.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cool.
So I don't notice anything unusual about this shotgun.
No.
Okay. But it is a pump action, or is it a breech barrel type shotgun?
It's it's almost like a late Wild West shotgun.
Okay.
So early pump action.
Okay. Okay. Simple shotgun to me then.
Yep. But engraved into the barrel is a sailing ship.
Okay.
You would think it's Smiling Jack's.
Pirate. Fancy pirate nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Marion, roll me one last wits plus awareness.
Alrighty. Oh.
Okay. Near you, you see what appears to be the blood spray. And along there is dried off blood spray specifically, as if it was just cleaned up. And a small burnt microphone. Obviously a radio device used for listening in. And also with that, you shining into the warehouse is the headlights of a car. And then the headlights of another car, and another car, and another car. Behind them, you hear the thudding of car doors close. You look up and over, and you see multiple men in suits pull out the back, lift up Tommy guns of a sort, shock them to load, and carry multiple cases of TNT.
Boys, we got company.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
And as they say, do you shout that down below?
Yeah.
Okay. And they begin lighting them. And they're about to, and they throw them into the warehouse through the window.
Do we
And they
know
both
if this-
cling, 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 and you have TNT right in front of you.
Ooh.
And you hear, "Burn it all down, boys." That is Roland tonight's
We gotta
stream.
go now, and I'm gonna use my celerity to get the hell out of there.
That's Roland tonight's
This
stream.
is gonna actually... Oh no!
With TNT right in front of Marion.
This is dreadful.
You'll find out for a whole week what happens to you.
Oh wow.
He could go over the TNT, or he could go into the sewers.
Nice. Real nice cliffhanger.
We'll see what happens. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for tonight. That was a interesting first session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Real quick, we'll go around the horn and we'll ask what you all enjoyed about it, starting with our co-DM.
Oh my god, you guys are awesome. I was really excited. I love a good mystery, and Soul, I think you're giving this some pretty excellent pacing as mysteries go, which can be difficult, especially I think in a streamed game, to like get that real feeling of tension. But I thought you did amazing, and I thought the players are doing great, and y'all are just starting to live into your characters, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Yeah, I thought it was great. There's one rules note we had, just for all of our future reference. Whenever there is a bestial failure, it triggers a compulsion, which is something that we will need to remember to do moving forward.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the one rule we missed all night, though, so that's pretty impressive.
And it is a new one, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then we'll go over to, let's see. Dante, what did you like?
Oh, and overall, just the way that everybody played their characters in general was just phenomenal. Seeing the thoughts they put into their characters for tonight, and just the personality that each one of them have, and then just the way the whole storyline continued to progress from the moment we walked into the bookstore to this very moment. It was very intense and very it was fun to be part of.
Okay. And then going over to Connery.
What you guys have set up for the grand picture going on, knowing how long I've been playing, we're going on 23 years now of Vampire for me. That seeing all the stuff happening and picking up clues and realizing certain things that Redcap doesn't know, but Connery is like, oh, you fucking bastard.
I saw in the chat. It's like,
has been a lot of fun, and for guys that have never played Vampire before, it can be a very daunting experience because it is a very different style of game if you're not used to intrigue and politics and that kind of stuff. Most tabletop games are tank and spank style affairs, and you guys just you took to it swimmingly. It was a lot of fun playing with you guys. And specifically, I want a special nice job to Skeleton over there for picking up on the I'm gonna go distract the boss. You talk to the lady. That was cool. But everybody did fantastic. That was a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Okay, and going over to Celts.
Yeah, no, I had a really good time. As I mentioned before, I'm new to Vampire, so earlier in the game is when I had a little more play opportunity, and what I really enjoyed about it was, unlike any of the other games I've played, I really kind of got into character as a new player and as a new vampire, because like when we had grabbed up Kennedy, I was fighting the urge to want to kind of attack him, which I kind of felt like my character was wanting to do too, which was kind of like an impulse, like, keeping the impulse down, like as if a new vampire would want to do that too. And just kind of like sitting back, learning a little bit from the other players. You guys were all great. And then like I said, I kind of knew my place in a way where they weren't my people. I didn't know them. It was cool. I really felt sucked into this character, like unlike any of the other characters I've ever played. It was really cool, and the story's already got me hooked. I want to know what happens next week, and I'm in it. So, great job. This is awesome. I love it.
And then Skeleton.
Yeah, wow, what a great first session. This is a really fantastic introduction to the vampire world. Like, you got the noir setting nailed, Soul. You've done such a great job putting us into this world, immersing us with the music, the visuals. Throck and every other storyteller working on this, like, it's just like the effort shows. And the players at the table for this campaign, or for the Anarch side of it, I'm just really impressed with everybody kind of owning their roles, finding great moments to interject and play to their strengths, but also like how they react to different things when they're kind of a fish out of water too. It's really I'm really excited to see the dynamic of the team develop throughout, and it seems like we're gonna have a lot of opportunities to play all kinds of the spectrum of the rough and tumble, like brawlers, and all the way to the subterfuge to just having a nice face to things. So we're gonna get the whole gambit, which I'm really excited to see all those aspects covered in this.
Okay. And then, I guess I'll add Throck is going to be DMing the Camarilla.
Camarilla, potato.
The Camarilla game on
quesadilla.
Saturday at noon?
Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Tomorrow at 8 p.m. So, be there. That's the Sabat game. Be there, be square, and check it out to see if this warehouse gets blown up. We're going to find out. And then, also, where could the rest of everybody find you guys? And we'll go opposite. Tim, where can people find you on the internet?
Look for me at Skella_Tim on Twitter. I also have my own Twitch at Skeleton, but I haven't been using that as much recently. So just Twitter, I shitpost all the time, but I'll also talk about games. I'm in another game also with Encounter Roleplay Sunday nights called Walk the Plank, 8 p.m. Eastern. So you can see me play the opposite opposite character who is a big muscular brawler barbarian type.
All right. Eli. Celts.
You're muted.
All right, I'll get the hang of that. I'm pretty much just on Twitter. I try to pop into games as often as I can. It's become like one of my favorite things to do. I also do like miniatures painting here and there. We're in the middle of like getting ready to move and stuff, so some of our mini stuff's kind of backburnered. But I'm at the Celts on Twitter, and then if you see me around on Twitch, I go by Diegeist on Twitch. So I wanted to keep it, keep people guessing, so I took two handles. Yeah,
Awesome.
the Celts and Diegeist.
Connery.
Well, I am the head ST / editor-in-chief over at Devil's Luck Gaming, and we are Team Devil's Luck on Twitter, Devil's Luck Gaming on Twitch, and currently we are running a game that is going to be episode 14 of our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game. The vampires are just... the coterie is just dealing with getting away from the Scourge. So, a fun little experience. But we run that game every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And my personal Twitter is at the Connery.
All right, and then Monk.
All right, guys. I play on Welcome to the Party, the Shadowrun New Atlantis with Shogun. Yes, over at Welcome to the Party channel. And this is the other channel that I play on is Soul Bear with this particular one. I am located at Monk2774. And right now that's just about where I'm all. But I do have a few things that I'm working on that might hopefully bear some fruit. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay, and then Throck.
Yo. Oh, hi. Yeah, hey, I'm at Throck Plays. You can call me Throck or Sean. I am the co-founder at Welcome to the Party, and you can find me there on Friday nights running our D&D 5e Dragon Heist campaign. On Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, running our Warhammer Fantasy game on the Greyhawk channel on Mondays at 8:30 p.m., running a Against the Giants campaign. And then here, or on Welcome to the Party, on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., running our vampire game for a Crusade of Thorns. And yeah, that's a lot of stuff. That's me. And yeah, Athrak Plays. I think I said that, though, so sweet.
Sweet. Okay, and then finally, guys, you can follow us on Discord and on Twitter. Be sure to join us on Discord for new games coming up in the new year. We got Call of Cthulhu, Warhammer, Game of Thrones, Cyberpunk, Pathfinder, whatever you want, whatever we get enough players for, that's what we're going to be running. And I think that's going to be it. And until next time, guys, we will see you then. Adios, my friends. Love you all. Be good to your faces. See you next Tuesday. Peace out, Girl Scouts.